I'm Sharon Lynch, and I'm the Chief Executive Officer at Modus Create.
I'm Sarah McCasland. I'm the Chief Strategy Officer at Modus Create. I think the people really is the mission for us. We want to partner with our customers. We want our people to be empowered to make decisions. We want our team always innovating, being innovative, moving security into everything we do. Everything that the market is afraid of right now, we want to hold the hand and lead people to.
I've said noise a few times. That's how I describe it. Even we've heard it today a few times around there's these point solutions, and there's many of these CTOs, CIOs are being told they need to use AI. They don't know what to do. What was that? 50% or 40% of companies don't even have an AI strategy right now because they don't know what to do next. So our value proposition is to help them cut through that noise. What's that platform? Not this subset of tools, but what's the end-to-end solution that we can provide, and at least bring them all together to bring the value. Because if you're a doctor or you're a nurse or you're helping a patient schedule an appointment, you can't be going to a bunch of different tools. So how can we help thinking about the value, bring that all together and cut through that noise? And then I think it's always focusing on a workflow that's going to add value. So not the gimmicky workflow, not the thing that's going to get the attention right then, but what's that value point, and using real data and using real use cases and testing it out over and over. But I would say just help them get through the noise.
The ultimate goal is better patient experience, better outcomes. And I think sometimes people become bombarded by the noise where you want to do something that is revolutionary. What we've heard today is you don't need to. You need your nurses and your doctors able to spend their time doing what they were trained to do. So if that's removing some administrata from their jobs, it may not look like the AI mandate that you thought you would be going after. But you're enabling someone to not burn out, to be able to use the skills and do the job that they want to do day to day. And I think that's critically important for a workforce, especially when we're wanting to do more with less. Use AI to remove some of the less, not the more.
And people always talk about using AI so that we, all of us, can spend more time on value-added activity, and in healthcare and life sciences even more. There was a business case the other day of these scientists, when they're doing experiments, one of the things that's taking up all their time is the administration of typing all the results. Well, there's ways now that we can, you can record those conversations, you can get those test results out. And they were saying even a 60% uplift in each scientist's time. 60%.
Of the most expensive people in the business, yes.
Yes, so how can you help them? Can you imagine if that brain power is actually on science and evolving something and making it better? I don't even know what's going to happen with all that brain power. That's what we want to focus on. %70 of companies are still not in the cloud. They're stuck behind these legacy stacks of technology. And in the last few years, I've worked with multiple clients who they've either had a merger, so they're having to finally invest in getting off a mainframe or old applications, or something's forcing them, and it costs them so much money, like 15 to 20 million per application. We should be able to help these companies not just move to the cloud, not lift and shift, but they have to revolutionize, evolve their infrastructure, and even to be modern. They can't even use any of the new tools. So I want us to work so hard together on coming together with that tool set, on how you look at the software development lifecycle, how you think about it differently, and how you use all the tools to help people rebuild those applications. Because a lot of it's new, but you need to be able to go back in and make sure that you're not breaking one of these infrastructures that have been in place for 20, 25 years. It's security, it's scalability, it's reliability. It's not just the AI flashiness. You have to have a whole system structure that's reliable and secure and can evolve with you so they're never stuck again.
With this big AI push, change management, where it was really, really important during the big push of cloud or the push of agile. And it has to be brought back to the forefront because companies are not going to be successful, even if you get all the right technology and moving everything to the cloud or moving it to being an AI first company if you don't have the change management and you don't have the people within the organization bought in. Modus Create partnered with Eversana to build Eversana Orchestrate, which was an generative AI solution. And we worked closely with AWS's Healthcare Life Sciences team to vet from a prototype through production. And we're able to take a POC, proof of concept, all the way to production and show real value. We were able to cut hours and hours of PharmD's time out of a process and allow them to spend their time actually doing the analysis that you need to have a PharmD do.
Yeah. I mean, and the application is easy to use, applies all of the regulations that need to happen. And they've actually been using that to test out different use cases that have value. So that's a very good use case.
I think Modus is uniquely positioned in healthcare life sciences for a few reasons. We have domain expertise that separates us from some other companies, but also we see multiple verticals and multiple industries. Whether you're looking at something that's heavily regulated like financial services, there's a lot of overlap with healthcare life sciences, but think bigger than that. Every patient now in a certain demographic has a phone. So being able to come in and say a major retailer was able to get great adoption because of really thinking through your UI and your UX to align to your customer needs, we have that as well. So we've got the domain expertise, but we also have non-domain expertise that actually helps you be able to reach out to your customer and do customer interviews in a different way. It's not just solving, I'll say, the pharmaceutical problem. It's solving the customer experience problem that's done through the UX, the UI, which sounds very tactical, but it's important because adoption matters.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I think I agree with you. And using what you know from other industries, building secure software, thinking through that. So having security experts. We're a global company. So a lot of our people come from outside the US. So thinking through all those different types of regulations, this is part of our DNA. And we have a lot of researchers and people who think deeply about topics. So when you talk about healthcare life sciences, all the way from R&D to production, thinking through all of that. So we bring all of that together. But we also have a lot of people who aren't in this industry. So like Sarah said, okay, I've done work in manufacturing. How does that play in? I've done work in this other industry. How does that play in? So I think bringing all that together does make us unique.
Yeah, and I think the major focuses right now in the industry are security, AI, modernization. How do we not get left behind, and how do we generate more revenue? How do we generate more value in the market in the future? And those are our overlays for how we think about Modus. We want to help people modernize, and we want to be modern. We want to use AI where we can internally, and we want to help our customers use AI. And everything needs to be done securely. That's all you see on the news. No one's talking about the companies that have done security well. They're talking about the companies that haven't done it well.
There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of different companies that do different things. When you think of a partner that's going to come in and help you with something that's really important and really hard, they end up hiring people. They end up trusting a person and what they say and what their background is. So what we want to bring is those people that they can trust to build that big outcome for them, paired with the people with the right technology experience that brings all that together. And really, software development is creativity, it's technology, and it's doing it with a purpose. So what's the outcome we're trying to create? Not just a cool widget. What's the thing? How are you going to get some value out of this? And I think about what we've heard today. How do we bring down costs? How do we do more for the patient? How do we help the whole healthcare life sciences system be better? So it's finding those things of value. I want our customers to always know that's what we're looking for.